It's me, T. First things first, just want to say a little special hey to you out there, to a friend who's left this place and is journeying on. It'll be a beautiful journey, but I'll miss you on the messenger and stuff. But I know there's other routes. I'll find you. We'll talk. Okay. What am I doing now? Well, we went from a heat wave to some rain. Yeah. So, it's a bit cold and nippy, a bit damp. It's not really freezing cold. I mean, it's just a bit damp. So, the weather just changes as much as I change outfits. So, that's fine. I'll work with it. And honestly, I'd much rather have some clouds than I would the heat wave. So, just a little short hello. I'm going to be doing a reading. I'll do a reading tonight, and then I'll get that posted. I may do another reading if I get another request, because I said the first two I'll do readings for free. So I'm waiting for one more, and see who it is, and we'll get you. And I'll work on that. In the meantime, all sorts of things are going on over here. There's painting on the outside. We're having the shower done in my little, hubby likes to call it teeny town. It's a residential park home. So, but it's for over 55s. Or did they say over 56s? Could be because I'm 56. So, it's kind of crazy. There's still kids around, like they can come and visit and stuff like that, but just us old folk living in this part of the park. Towards the front of the park, there are families with kids who can come for a visit and stuff like that. It's kind of split into two different sections. There's the residential park home, which is in the back, and towards the front, there are the park homes. So people who already have a home who come to holiday towards the front. So it's really interesting. It's different than anything I know from America, but it's cool. I love living here, and we're by the Irish Sea. Yeah. Still in England, but right there near the Irish Sea. So I'm near to Liverpool and Blackpool, not far at all. But people here are so friendly. They are so friendly and kind. Oh my God. And the guy who's painting our house lives here on the park, the residential part, and he painted lots of people's houses, and the people across the way, they let me know what's going on, and check in and say hi to everybody, and it's just such a change. It's been kind of in 3 stages for me. When I first got here, really difficult, going from California, Northern California, like 5-10 minutes outside of San Francisco, to a very small town in Lancashire, England, and living in what they call terraced housing. I talked about this before. It's like, they're kind of like condos, but I mean, it's a full-on big house inside, but they're all connected. They're all connected in a row. So if you're not from this part of the country, or a country where you have the same kinds of things, I know in America we don't have anything quite like that. I thought it was like radically cool. When I first moved here, I'm like, well, you just open the door and you think you're going into like an apartment kind of situation, but it was a big ass house. Um, so that was close. Three stories to it, but they call it, oh, I forget now. It's the first floor. It's the first floor, or is it the second floor? No, it's the first story, and then upstairs is the second story, and the third story is, I forget. It's not like I used to call it when I was in America, like the ground floor and then up the first floor upstairs. So it's just like, um, I have to tell you this story one time. I'll tell you a quick story that's just funny. Um, this is like I said, in my first, I don't know, 5, 6 years of living here, we were up. Our bedroom was on the third story. It was in an. It would have been a place where the weavers, because that's what they did. They did weaving out near where I lived back in the day. They built the house to put some looms upstairs so that they could continue to go from um, the shops where they were working, um, to carry on working and looming the cotton, um, in the evening. And the house would have been set up completely differently. The kitchen would have been the main hub, because that's where the stove would have been, that's where the fire would have been. So the house is that old. It was that old that I was living in. So wow, amazing, amazing history in that house. Um, there's a cemetery not too far away, and so I did some research to find out about who lived there and what their stories were over time. But anyway, we go to bed one night, and I can't remember if it was me or Ben who was in charge of locking the front door, um, that night. Whoever's last up. So if I was last up, it must not have been locked. Um, it's that was that kind of a place, I guess. Anyway, I hear something and I tell Ben, I'm like, I hear something, I hear something. And he's like, what? And I'm like, oh, I'm scared. I hear something downstairs. I think I hear something. And he's like, no, I don't hear anything. No, I said, no, I hear someone. And then all of a sudden we heard like more like, hello, and a very British hello, from Lancashire. And I said, Ben. And he went, and we started I like crept behind him because I am not the girl that's going to stay and wait. I'm just going to be right with them. We had like a baseball bat just in case. I think we did at that time, like have it nearby. And we just had Ben, who can be the weapon. So hubby and I were just heading downstairs, and all of a sudden, we didn't. The way it works is like the bedroom. You go down some stairs. There's a door. Then you open that door. Then you go down some more stairs, and then there's another door. I think there's another door. But I heard somebody say, "Hello, would you like some tea?" And I'm like, why would somebody be asking that in the middle of the night if we wanted tea? And what the hell is going on? Who's broken into our house? Oh my God. And so we finally get like to eye to who's come through the door. Well, it was two police officers. Cops are coppers. Um, and they said, yeah, hello. Maybe look through your house. Your door was unlocked, which means here in this country, doors unlocked. If it's unlocked and there's an emergency, apparently they had, a young lady who they had them back in the police car who had gotten out and gone running. And they were checking to see if she'd gone into our house because the door was unlocked. And so they were saying she was, kind of in a violent state. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, please do. Go look. Look everywhere. And they checked and they're like, well, everything seems fine, but lock your door. Keep your doors locked. I'm like, okay, thank you, thank you. And they left. And then, but that whole night, like, I really actually had to go look more. Like, I had to look some more. After they left, I stood there, like, and I waited till the car drove off. And I said, if you're in the house, it's okay to come out. I'll let you out the door. Just, it's okay. They're gone. Because I was like, oh God, what if she like, just hides in our house somewhere? And oh my God, what will happen? Um, I couldn't think of anything. And of course, my hubby's just looking at me like, you're just so weird. She's not here. She's not here. She wasn't there. But anyway, yeah, that was my story. I'm gonna have some more stories about what it was like when I first moved here to England 14 years ago. I moved from California to England unseen, sight unseen. I mean, I saw pictures of the house and everything. Hubby and I had gotten married. Um, we met and we had our little love affair began, and we were just speaking back and forth. I said, well, come visit if you can. If you'd like to take a look at California, I can show you some stuff. Because by then, I was working in San Jose, um, Silicon Valley world, and but I had some time I could take to show him around, and so he came to visit, and took him to the Winchester Mystery House. Yeah, Californians will know what that is, and maybe some other folks, but it's Sarah Winchester's house. She was the wife of Mr. Winchester. Mr. Winchester is the guy who came up with the Winchester rifle. P.S. We have plumbing going on, so hopefully everything's okay with that. I'll be right back. I'm gonna check. I'm back. Part of the cistern broke. It got slippery. It's just one of those things. He's getting a new piece. um, you know, you got to give it to the guys and gals who lift and heft and do all that kind of stuff, who wrench on cars and trucks and plumbing and electric and houses and wood. And oh my God, you know what? It just chews up the body, and it's exhausting. And it I think it causes you to have to retire a bit early sometimes, and then bring it back a little bit and do some other things, because your body, it just only has so many like years in it to do those crazy kind of moves, like crawling under the house and crawling back up on top. Oh my God. Whew. So anyway, he's gonna go get a new piece. I put my thingy back on. Um, you remember probably that I had a broken wrist at some point. It's pretty much healed. It just gets its sore moments, Gets angry, very angry to me. That's what my son used to say. I'm very angry to you. So I probably did too much the other day, and so I'll put that on. So anyway, that was the story of the cops, and that they didn't want to make us some tea. And of course, we offered to make them some tea, because that's what you do. That's what you do. I'll be honest with you guys. One of my biggest fears still is for somebody asking for a brew, a tea, because I'm afraid I won't make it right. I have like obsessed over making the right kind of tea. It's a thing here, and I just, I respect everybody and their things. So when somebody asks, I'm like, okay, so like what exactly do you like, they'll say, two and one, or one and two, like that means maybe like a little bit of milk and a couple sugars, or everybody has their own speak for, but if you've grown up around here, you know what the speak is. You know, no matter what area you're from, you'll know what a brew is. Or a cuppa, which is sweet too. When one of the most beautiful things about this country is that if something really stressful, upsetting has happened to you, and maybe the person who's near you, isn't gonna give you a hug, or, you know, they're not from California like we are. It's just, we're huggers, right? Um, but they'll be like, let me sit down, here's the Kleenex tissue, and I'll make you what do you want? What kind of tea would you like? I'll go make you a cup. Do you want tea or coffee? I'll make you. It's like a Band-Aid, but they call it a plaster here. It's like giving you something to just like take the sting out of it a little bit. And it's just the sweetest, kindest thing that people do. I love it. I love it. Even though like I have an ethos of allowing people like to, like grieve, and like if they want to cry, or that's just like my experience, right? I'm just like, I'll sit by you and let you cry and give you time. I'm not going to say dry your tears, or or divert you or distract you in any way. I'll just be with you, and I'll follow your lead. If you're crying, like, because everybody cries for a reason. Um, but in some of these cases, it's perfectly perfect. It just is, and because you take it for who it's from, and what's meant, and what's intended, which is compassion. It's giving you something warm and soothing, giving you something that's a little bit distracting, maybe a little sweet, warm, it's this little bit of love there. So anyway, this is just one of those vlogs where it's like, blather. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Again, it's a gab. To my friends out there, it's good to see you. Thank you if you've subscribed. I am really, really grateful for that. I saw that I had some more subscribers, and wow, that's really cool. Like, I thought to myself, maybe we will like make a little community after all. And one step at a time, because it takes a while to be heard and seen and known. It takes a while for people to get to know each other and know if they like a certain channel. And sometimes when you're first building a YouTube channel, it can seem quite scattered, until you find your place. Like probably a month from now, I'll be, once my bedroom, I have the second room where I'll be doing my filming. It'll look different to you. These are going to be the early day videos. These will be the good old days. This is the good old days right here. These are the old ones. So if you're in the future and you're watching this now, this is where we started out. We started out in my living room on my teal sofa. So, and oh yeah, Lola's at daycare, so she got bored, and we sent her to go play with her friends, because her best friend Milo is there, and she has a good time. So that's why you're not hearing the barking. You're just hearing other things. So I hope that you have a great rest of your day. I will be working tonight on that reading for our first person, and whoever the second person is, put your comment in, make a like, make a subscribe, and boom, I'll do a reading for you if you'd like one. If you just want to comment because you want to comment but don't want a reading, you can do that too. But you'll see the video. There's a specific video where it says I read. Go over there to that one, make your comment, and you'll be the second one. So, because I'm going to do 2 free readings. So, go for it if you want to. And if not, if you just want to gab a little bit and say, hey, come on over here. I'll be here and I'll be back. All right. Take good care. Bye.